Welcome to my first ever card spotlight video. Today we're going to look more in depth into Pyrrhic Knowledge, the best card from the Lights Verdict set. This card is flexible. It can be played in aggro list, control list, and there's even combo utility. I'll go in and show you all the major ways to exploit this card to maximize your win percentage while playing Magic. Now let's go ahead and dive into more information. Today's video is sponsored by Aqua.xyz. It's the best marketplace for you to buy and sell your Gods Unchained cards, and is a great place to obtain more information before making your purchasing decisions. Right here we can see that we've got Pyrrhic Knowledge, the featured card on tonight's video, and we can see what it does. It soulless pull spell with mana cost 7 or less from your void to your hand, obliterate cards from the top of your deck equal to its mana cost, set the spell's cost to 0, and obliterate it at the end of your turn. So Pyrrhic Knowledge is soulless, and the spell that you're copying will also be soulless. So you can see what the card does, and you also get valuable information such as balance patches. Right here, this color means that it was a balance patch that affected the card. This color means it was a balance patch that did not directly affect the card. I'm colorblind, don't quiz me on the colors. Anyways, what we can see here is the card officially got locked on October 11th. Pyrrhic Knowledge locked in its current state. And then we see what the card did, skyrocketed it in price. And why did it skyrocket it in price? Because it is simply the best card in Lights Verdict. Now let's go ahead and look at some of the examples for why Pyrrhic Knowledge is such a strong and versatile card. This is one of the most effective and versatile uses for Pyrrhic Knowledge that exists in the game. This is the classic Unbound Flames reduction. So Unbound Flames is a card with Empower. So it normally costs 5, but if you empower 2, it becomes basically a board wipe. So what you do is you use the Unbound Flames, you kind of waste the first one, you could say, but that allows you to play Pyrrhic Knowledge and be able to get Unbound Flames and play a board wipe on 5. So this is huge for card draw Magic, which is normally an aggro based deck. It now has a board wipe at 5. And the amazing thing here is we lost the early game with an aggro deck. However, because of Pyrrhic Knowledge and its interaction with Unbound Flames, FakeMews would actually go on to defeat at the end of this game. One of the most underrated uses for Pyrrhic Knowledge is its synergy with the Final Draft. Demetrius creates a Final Draft which increases in value the more turns that Demetrius lives. And the playwright sometimes can write very nice plays that can get you up to anywhere between up to 5 cards. But usually the sweet spot is somewhere between 2 and 4. 3 is the perfect number in my opinion. But for 3 mana to potentially draw 2 to 4 cards and deal damage at the same time is just great value. And you see here we generate 3 mana to deal 3 damage to the face and draw a couple of cards as well. So here Pyrrhic Knowledge is being used as card advantage. And another utility. Here we're just throwing everything at the face and hoping to get there. Spoiler alert, in this game we actually do end up getting there. But it is another utility for Pyrrhic Knowledge. Of course, it wouldn't be a video showing what Pyrrhic Knowledge can do without it actually just flat out winning the game immediately. So here we have the classic example of, hey, we've got a Worm Breath, but hey, we would like another one. We would like another one indeed. Hey, with this, we can effectively have 4 Worm Breaths in our deck. Even more burst, and can be used as a finisher. Now, another tricky use is you can use Helpful or Ether Fox to reduce your Pyrrhic Knowledge to get it down to 0. So we're going to see a situation in this game where we're getting the Pyrrhic Knowledges down to 0 with 2 Helpful Ether Foxes. And there's very unique ways to exploit this, because you've got effectively 2 zero-cost spells that can copy anything that costs 7 or less, foreshadowing to the end of this game, we've got quite the finish. So remember how we had those 2 Pyrrhic knowledges down to 0? Well, guess what? Arcane Burst is a card, and it can do 8 damage to the face by itself, and oh wait, with the 2 Pyrrhic knowledges at 0 cost, we can play that Arcane Burst 3 times in 1 turn. That is using 21 mana effectively in 1 turn. A burst OTK taking out our opponent out of nowhere. So this is a trick used in control decks to potentially finish out opponents. You can make your control decks less greedy with Pyrrhic Knowledge, having this extra burst at the end as your win condition, instead of the old day win conditions of just dropping big 9-drops like Avatar of Magic and going infinite with that. This can end the game even sooner. Pyrrhic Knowledge can also be used in combo as well. Here we're showing you turn 4 of a combo deck. Just calmly setting up. Our opponent has a great board position, nothing to be afraid of, but we had foreseen the prior turn, knew that we could get Pyrrhic Knowledge reduced down to 0. But what can we do with something that great? The next turn is going to shock you. The situation here, this is turn 5, we're a combo deck. What are we doing here? Oh wait, we reduced the Pyrrhic Knowledge down to 0, and what Pyrrhic Knowledge does for you in combo is it gives you more of your combo pieces, so you can get multiple of them. And what we're gonna see here is that, hey, we've got 1 form of unity, but you know what's better than 1 form of unity? 2 form of unities. That does indeed get lethal on turn number 5 of this game. Whew. It's useful in aggro, it's useful in control, it's useful in combo. What can stop this card? We've seen many examples of why Pyrrhic Knowledge is a top tier card, and what truly sets it apart is in Gods Unchained, unless you're a legendary, you're only allowed to have 2 cards of each card in your deck. Pyrrhic Knowledge allows you to play key cards more than twice, which is absolutely phenomenal and can be abused in many ways. It also can be used as effectively mana acceleration, as we saw with Unbound Flames. Additional combo pieces for combo decks, and then sick mana abusing finishers for control decks like we saw with the Arcane Burst. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you got suggestions, I do read my comment section. You can always slide into my DMs. Until next time, goodbye.